Hello students, today we'll discuss the poem from your book's Beehive. Title is Rain on the Roof. It is written by Coates Kinney. In this poem, the poet is explaining the rainy season, and this is the right time actually to discuss this poem as this is the rainy season now. The poet says that the sky is covered with dark clouds and it starts raining. Have you ever listened to the patter of soft rain on the roof? Poet is asking about the sound made by the raindrops. That have you ever heard this sound? Have you ever enjoyed the sound of the rain? Let us start the first para of the poem. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Let us take up the difficult words first. Like in first line, hover word is there. Hover means to move around something. Like you must have seen drone as it moves around on anything in the air. Melancholy means sad and bliss means happiness. Patter means sound made by raindrops. This patter sound can be heard clearly when the raindrops fall on the tin roof. So what does the poet say in the first stanza? He says, when the humid shadows hover. Humid shadows here means, humid means something that is full of moisture, and shadows means dark clouds. Means their humid shadows actually mean here the dark clouds which are full of moisture, which are about to rain over all the starry spheres. Starry spheres means sky. At night time there are stars in the sky, so starry spheres here refers to sky. So here poet wants to say that there are dark clouds in the sky, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. The poet says that the clouds are sad, melancholy, sad clouds are there, and they are shedding tears in the form of rain. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. The poet says that he is very happy. Bliss means happy when he is lying on the bed in his cottage chamber. Cottage chamber means his bedroom. He is lying in his bedroom and he is listening to the patter sound of the rain. He feels very happy at that time. So in the first stanza, the poet gives us description of the scene outside, that there are dark clouds in the sky and they are shedding tears in the form of rain, and the poet is feeling very happy in his bedroom while listening to the sound of the rain. Let us take up the second paragraph now. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their ear threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. First of all, the difficult word meanings. Tinkle. Tinkle means light ringing sound. Shingles, it means rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Echo means repeated sound. Recollections means memories. Air threads means dream or imagination, or in Hindi you can say sapne bunna. Woof means weave fabric in crisscross frame where it is done in the loom. In this stanza, the poet feels that every tinkle on the shingles means when the raindrops fall on the roof makes a repeated sound in his heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies in his dreams. He has 1,000 fanciful imagination. Into busy being start. Busy being here means human being, and he is referring to himself actually. Means this sound of rain falling on the roof creates different dreams in his mind, and recollections or memories of past which come back to his mind as he listens to the patter of the rain on the roof. He has many dreams in his mind and memories of the past come to his mind like dreams. Let us take up the third stanza now. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Difficult word meanings. Agone means past, dawn means daybreak, means before. As I list, list means old poetic word for listen, and refrain means repeated part of a song or a poem. Here sound of rain is repeating. In this stanza, the poet introduces his mother. He is dreaming of his mother, as he told in the previous stanza that rain brings in memory of past. Now, which memory is coming to his mind? His mother. The poet remembers his mother, that she loved him a lot, she considered him as a darling, she left them till the dawn. Means his mother was no longer with him. The poet still feels that his mother is looking at him as he listens to the refrain, the sound of the rain, which is played the sound of rain. It correlates him with the past. Because when his mother was there was same rain and same sound of rain that he hears now. He is relating his past to present. The poet is touched by the sound of raindrops. They bring him back to the past memories of his mother. That's all about the explanation of the poem. Now let us take up the literary devices used in the poem. First, let us discuss the rhyme scheme used in first stanza. That is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. You can see the last words of the first stanza: hover, sphere, darkness, tears, pillow, bed, patter, overhead. Here you can see that sphere is rhyming with tears, and bed, there is rhyme scheme between bed and overhead. Next literary device used here is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the consonant sounds at the start of two or more consecutive words. Let us see the device here. In first sentence, humid, hover, her sound is repeating here. Starry, spheres, here sa sound is repeating. Press, pillow, pa sound is repeating here. Lie, listening, here la sound is repeating. Next literary device is transferred epithet. We use adjective with noun. Transferred epithet is used in melancholy, darkness. Here melancholy word adjective is not meant for darkness actually, because you don't want to use melancholy for darkness. We actually want to use melancholy for people, that they are sad, not the darkness. So here melancholy describes not darkness but people. So this is called transferred epithet. Another literary device used in first stanza is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is the use of sound words. Patter is the sound word used here. So this is the instance of onomatopoeia. There is another important device is personification. Personification is giving a human-like quality to non-living things. And the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. Here weeping is the action which is made by human beings or living things. But here who is weeping? Darkness. So darkness has been personified here. The poet says that the darkness weeps in the rainy tears. So here darkness has been personified. Now in second stanza, first of all we will discuss the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme is same here also. A, B, C B D E F E. You can see here shingles, heart, fences, start, recollections, woof, petter, roof. Here the words heart and start are rhyming, then the words woof and roof are rhyming. Next literary device is alliteration. You can see here instances of alliteration in line number 4. Busy being. Here ba sound is repeating. Next is line number 6. Their threads. Here ta sound is repeating. Tha sound is repeating here. Next in 8th line, rain, roof. Here ra sound is repeating. Next literary device used here is personification. And 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. Who has been personified here? 1,000 recollections. Recollection means memories of the past. When the poet says that these recollections weave their air threads into woof, it seems as if they are weaving something, like you weave cloth on a loom. So the memories, the recollections have been personified here. The action they are doing is done by human beings only. The next device is onomatopoeia. Let us see the sound words used in second stanza. First of all, tinkle is the sound word and then petter. Both these are sound words and this is called onomatopoeia. Next device is transferred epithet. It is used in dreamy fancies. Now fancies are actually not dreamy. The people are dreamy who dream such dreams. So the adjective dreamy does not refer to the fancies, but it refers to the people who are dreaming. Now let us take up the third stanza. First of all, again we will see the rhyme scheme. Same rhyme scheme is used here. That is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. Let us see the words mother, agone, dreamers, dawn, me, refrain, shingles, rain. Here you can see agone rhymes with dawn and refrain rhymes with rain. Next literary device used in third stanza is alliteration. You can see the first sentence, memory, my, mother. Here ma sound is repeating. And in third line, darling dreamers. Here da sound is repeating. Again there is use of onomatopoeia. The sound word petter is there. So with this we come to the end of the poem. We have done explanation of the poem, difficult word meanings, and we also discussed the literary devices used in the poem. Thank you so much.